At this point, you've probably seen at least half a dozen videos on the topic, what your weapon in Monster Hunter Wilds says about you. And I'm sure they're fine, if not a little funny, but I wanted to put my own spin on it and make it a little more heroic. Let's start with the easy ones. Light bowgun. You are a Bucky main, and this is like the closest thing to a point and shoot stick that gave you the freedom of movement you crave. You desperately miss your grapple hook, and you cried a little bit when you saw how awesome wire bugs were in Rise. You still hang from every wedge beetle you see, just to feel something. Number 2, heavy bowgun. You are either a Punisher main who picked this because it's the biggest, baddest gun in the game, or a refugee from the dying Space Marine 2 community, pretending every monster is a heretical Xenos except for your Palico. Did you know the Imperium canonically has genetically engineered cat girls? It's true, look it up. Bow. Do I even have to say it? It's obvious you're a Hawkeye main. You probably miss your headshots as often as you miss your Wyvern Piercer shots, but everyone is jealous of how you can auto-aim and hit 3 wounds at the same time. Gun Lance. You main Iron Man, and you love whiffing your pulse cannon as much as your massive Wyvern Fire Blast. When it hits, it works out, and you still look cool as heck either way. Longsword. I think this is a lot of people's first weapon. It's well-rounded, and you can be passably decent without a ton of work. The skill ceiling is still massively high, though. You probably main Psylocke, and not just because she has a katana, because she was my first character in Marvel Rivals, and all content creators are inherently a little narcissistic about these things. Greatsword. You probably main a face tank like Hulk, The Thing, or Venom. You probably also miss about 50% of your big abilities as much as Greatsword players miss their big hit to the monster. It's okay, we still love you. Hunting Horn. You probably think the easy answer is any of the support characters like Mantis or Jeff, the way they leave AoE buffs on the ground that inspire their teammates. And you're correct, but after spending 60 plus hours in this game with 2 partners who main Hunting Horn, I'm guessing you main Moon Knight just from the sheer amount of random bullshit you guys can do. How is a Hunting Horn one of the best paralysis and elemental weapons in the game? This is like playing Bard in D&D. Everyone assumes, correctly, that it's for the meme until you hit level 10 and get access to some really overpowered shit. Dual blades. You probably main Wolverine or Black Panther because you're used to spending so much time up the monster's asshole or the team's backline and spamming your attacks faster than the eye can see. And it looks absolutely sick when you land them. Lance. You're a tank. Probably Captain America just based on how quickly you can run into a fight and take no damage while the entire enemy team or monster is trying to bite your head off. You people are so far down the monster's throats, you pass the dual blade players entering from the other side on the way down. Charge Blade. You are 100% a magic main. Why? Because everyone picks these 2 up thinking it looks cool, then realizes the skill ceiling is so damn high it makes the Mount Everest blush. If you use either magic or the Charge Blade effectively, you are an absolute menace, and I salute you for your skill. There's a 50-50 chance you're going to throw, though, and be asked to switch, or rage quit and go back to something simpler. Hammer. You are a simple creature. You see something, you bonk it to death. So I'm just taking the easy way out and giving you Thor. Still has a high skill ceiling and requires decent game knowledge to excel, though. Insect Glaive. My gut says to go with any of the flying characters like Storm or maybe Human Torch because you are either completely outside your team's line of sight, prancing through the air, or directly in front of the monster, floating around like some roided out bumblebee. Sword and Shield. Pretty basic, nice all-rounder. You can do a little bit of anything that's necessary for your team, but I don't see many of you in the wild, like you're invisible or something. And for that reason, I'm going Invisible Woman. Switch Axe. I struggled with this one because Swax is a very well-rounded, if slow weapon that can put out an impressive amount of damage. The sword makes me want to give you a specific Magneto build, combined with a Scarlet Witch sword team-up, but that feels a little pedestrian. I'd also believe Mr. Fantastic because you can switch from a DPS to a baby tank as much as swapping weapon modes, or, finally, you could be one of those people who switches to every single character on the roster during a match and is either really good with all of them or absolutely dog shit. But I'll let you guys decide in the comments. Thank you so very much for watching. Opinions are my own. If you disagree with me or have any other choices, leave them in the comments below. Next time, we'll be back in the bayou, I promise.